for Monday, March 22nd. So with that, thank everyone for being here. We'll take the first action item. It's the approval of the minutes from February 22nd, 2021. So may I get a motion to approve the minutes? All right, Jim Fennell and Jennifer Allison, or Groves Allison, will be the second. Any questions on this? Any changes, adjustments? Okay, so with that, we will call for the vote to approve. Those all in favor with the sign of aye? Aye. Aye. Those against with the sign of nay? All right, so that passes unanimously. Before we start the informational items, I would like to take a few minutes here to recognize one of our county employees, a recognition of a service anniversary. So with that, I'd like to ask Mr. Dave Ryan to come up. Dave Ryan has been with the county for 25 years now. We're a little over a month or so tardy because he did start in January. And so I'm going to read a quick letter, Dave, and then we'll give you some. So congratulations on your 25th year anniversary with Peoria County. The Peoria County Board appreciates your dedicated service and hard work throughout the years. Your many years of longevity demonstrate your commitment to providing excellent service to the citizens of Peoria County. As a symbol of this appreciation, a 25-year anniversary pin is to be handed out here to you. We look forward to your continued service. Thank you for all of your contributions to Peoria County. So I'd like to, I'll do my COVID distancing, but I'd like to thank you and award you your 25-year pin.
Appreciate it, Steve. Thank you.
And would you have a chance if you'd like to share any comments?
No, I didn't. I was kind of surprised by this and what was coming up. I do appreciate it. It's been a long time, but I appreciate it from the start and working with everybody for 25 years, and hopefully we can have maybe 5 or 10 more years longer. So how about that?
Great. Thank you, Dave. It's always great to recognize the service anniversaries of our employees and longevity. So that's a great, 25 years is a great record, and I'm glad to hear, Dave, you're looking for a few more years, so look forward to that. So with that, we will move into the informational items. The first one is the county clerk's report. And so the report's in the packet, and we have Ms. Parker over here for any questions. So I'll ask first, any of the board members have questions on the report that's included? All right, and I'll ask Ms. Parker if she has any additional comments that she wants to share on the.
Good afternoon. No, I do not have anything additional to add to the report.
Okay. Well, thank you for keeping us up to date, and appreciate the service down there in the county clerk's office. So with that, we will continue along here with the County Elections Commission, and we'll have Mr. Bride share an update with us. He's had a primary that's gone through since we met last time, and he's getting ready for the April election. So welcome, Tom.
Thank you. Yeah, we had the primary that was confined to the city of Peoria, February 23rd. I wanted to give a little bit of some stats from that. We had a 16.69% turnout. That was up almost 6% from the last two consolidated primaries in 19 and in 17. I don't think that's necessarily surprising. We had some very competitive, especially citywide races. But one of the interesting things I wanted to point out, 41.54% of the people voted before Election Day. Almost 24% voted early, and 18%, just under 18%, voted by mail. Those are increases, and we're seeing it exponentially. But to give you an idea, we had 65%, just under 65% in the presidential when we mailed everybody an application, but we were still at 41.5% people voting before Election Day. So I don't think that trend's going to go away. We're already seeing strong numbers in vote by mail. We're up 145% in vote by mail ballots mailed out already from where we were just 2 years ago, and almost 300% from 4 years ago. So that's a trend that we're going to continue to see, I think. On that note, we had drop boxes last November. There was legislation that allowed those specifically for that election. In our calculation, just over 40% of the people that returned a vote by mail ballot used that one single drop box at our office, which is a really large number. There was an attempt to get some legislation to allow us to continue to use those in the veto session. It passed the Senate. It ran out of time in the House. But that bill, or basically a similar bill, passed last Thursday, the House, to allow us to do drop boxes. There's a couple other things dealing with curbside and postage on ballots that don't really affect us as much. I'm hoping that there's some movement in the Senate. Maybe we can get that bill passed and signed before April 6th. I'm not as optimistic that we will, but at least going forward, we'd be able to do that and use that drop box. If we get long-term use for drop boxes, I think there's probably a discussion that needs to be had about the placement of one or two other drop boxes or more drop boxes throughout the county, and where to locate those and how to secure those. But it was nice to see that the legislature wasn't going to let that drop, and that we could continue to use drop boxes. We definitely expect to be able to use those next year. So that's all I really had. There is some other legislation in Springfield on election related, but at the moment I think it's a little early to have those discussions.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tom. Any questions from the committee members? Okay, Junior?
So the charge for a
what's
recount
the price
is,
on a recount, just for those listening in? Go ahead, Tom.
the person requesting the recount is charged $10 a precinct, and they can request up to 25% of the precincts involved. The price for staff, we had 2 people that spent all day Thursday just specifically doing a recount, and probably 16 to 20 man hours preparing for the recount. If it would have gone to and this was actually, there was 21 precincts involved in this recount, so it was a pretty good sized recount compared to what we've done in the past. We had one 4 years ago that was about 6 precincts, so it was quite a bit smaller.
Okay. No, good question. Anyone else from the committee have questions for Mr. Bright on what's coming along in the election commission? Okay. Well, thank you, Tom, for the update, and all the best on the next election cycle here in April, and we'll look forward to a report after that one. All right. We will move into the next topic, Supervisor of Assessments Board of Review. Mr. Dave Ryan, stage is yours, sir.
Not too much to report. We're kind of in between areas now. We are finished with 2020, and as the tax bills get ready to go out, we will be obviously answering a lot of questions on that. But we have moved on to 2021 for the valuation. So we're beginning that process of valuing the properties for 2021. And we're also following, it's kind of a legislative process, so we're following all the different legislative bills that are out there and any that might affect the property tax. So other than that, that's all we've got. If anybody's got any questions.
Any questions from the committee? Okay. No, it sounds like everything's pretty much on schedule then, and appreciate the work and the update.
Yeah, we are on schedule, and we can discuss it later, but we've got the resolution coming too that I can discuss briefly when it's time for that. So,
okay.
All right, thanks.
Yep. All right, we will move to the treasurer's report and Ms. Bierke.
Hi. On March 1st, we sent out 1,087 mobile home bills, which equates to $97,566 in mobile home tax. We received the garbage fee file from the city of Peoria with just under 39,000 parcels on it. I've reviewed it, and the county clerk's office has reviewed it. It's back at the city right now. They have some corrections to do on it. This year, we are not doing any mobile home, or, I'm sorry, no municipal liens on the bills. The city did not file any last year. My last conversation with the city administrator was that he was hoping to add those back on the tax bill at some point. We're finalizing work papers for the external auditors. And then the other thing I've been busy doing is training my new chief deputy, who started on the 17th. His name is Ryan Sanders.
All right. Welcome, Ryan. You want to give a quick comment, either have Ryan or you want to kind of give a quick background, Nicole? And
He can do it if he wants.
give him an opportunity to present who he is and let the committee meet him.
My name is Ryan Sanders. I'm from Peoria County. I live by Caterpillar in Mossville. Spent my entire career so far in animal welfare. So I've been with PCAPS and then also was the animal control director for Tazewell County for about 7 years. So I've been in animal welfare for like 11 years and needed to do something else. So here I am.
All right. Well, welcome to the treasurer's office, and look forward to having you on board in that office and continuing on with that journey. So appreciate that. Nicole, before we leave totally on this, do you have any updates or comments? Last year we did delayed property tax, and that was an action during COVID to help give some relief to taxpayers. Just any updates or thoughts, or kind of continue like we normally would in this year since COVID's, hopefully on the downswing?
Yes, we are continuing like we have in the past. We're treating last year as kind of an anomaly. Collections came in better last year than we anticipated, which was good. I've talked with other treasurers in my association, and so far I think there's only one county that's considering delaying the due date. Otherwise, everybody's proceeding as normal.
Okay.
I've not had any requests from any public people asking for any kind of waiving of any penalty or anything like that, or asking if we were. So as of this point, we're just on the path to normal.
Okay, no, thank you for that. I just wanted to kind of get that out there on the table, ask if any of the committee members had questions. And Nicole and I had briefly talked about that here recently, and I have not heard any request from the public to delay it, and I didn't know if any of the committee members have heard any request or any comments, just as feedback. Jennifer?
I was also wondering if you'd received any requests, so I think that's good to know that you haven't heard anyone. That's
No.
surprising, but great
Not
news.
even from businesses or anything like that. And last year, as soon as things started closing down, we were starting to receive emails and phone calls regarding what we were going to do about the taxes, and I've not received anything so far this year.
Okay, well, thank you.
Any other committee members have any inputs? Okay. All right. Thank you, Nicole.
Andrew? Left.
All right. We'll move to the Veterans Assistance Commission, and Mr. Brooks is over here, so welcome.
Thank you. Our administrative assistant left, and we promoted Caleb Mitchell to a veteran service representative. Also, what was it, last week or the week before, Caleb took his online accreditation to be a veteran service officer, and he passed. So because of COVID, they did it virtually. Usually they have a national schooling that they can go to. It was supposed to be in Madison, Wisconsin, but he got to do it online, so not as much fun, but he learned a lot. And,
Join.
so we hired a support representative to take Caleb's spot. He's a retired Navy veteran, so he spent 20 years in the Navy, and he starts April 5th. We have 374 active claims waiting on decision. We have 174 appeals waiting on decision. We had another big month, so we brought in 1.6 million new money, or back pay money, as we like to say it, and then total money we brought in is 9.7 million through VA compensation. That's all I've got.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions from the committee on Veterans Assistance Commission? All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Brooks. I appreciate that update and the support you give to the veterans, so thank you for that support. We will move in now to the resolutions. We have two on the agenda for today. We have the normal monthly delinquent taxes. So I need a motion, if we can, to put that on the floor. All right, Rachel has a first, Junior is a second, so it's on the floor. You see that in your packet. There's only 4 items this month in that resolution. Any questions or comments from the committee members? All right, seeing no comments, I'll ask for a vote. All in favor with the sign of aye? Aye. Those opposed with nay? All right, that passes unanimously. The second item is an item, it's an update to the intergovernmental agreement between the County of Peoria and the City of West Peoria for assessment services. So, need a first, Phil. Get a second to put it on the floor, Jim Pennell. So I turn it over to Mr. Dave Ryan to give us a quick update on this resolution.
Yeah, this is just basically an update. We've had a contract with the Township of West Peoria since 2003, and the township is dissolving and the city is taking over. So we are just updating that contract. So that is same price. We've had this since 2003, so it's just a matter of an update. And just a brief, I do a resolution about once every 10 years, so just a brief shout out to Jan and Jenny for being patient with me and walking me through that process, so I do appreciate that. But any questions I can answer.
All right, any questions from the committee on the changeover from West Peoria Township, which through a vote was decided right through election vote to discontinue to have the township as an entity and let the City of West Peoria manage. So we're just changing the paperwork over to reflect that difference. Any questions from the committee? All right, with that, all in favor with the sign of aye? Aye. Those opposed with nay? All right, that passes unanimously. Thank you, Dave, for bringing that forward and cleaning up that paperwork for us. All right, we now are into the miscellaneous section. Any miscellaneous agenda items or items to put on for discussion? All right, seeing none, we will adjourn. Thank you.